Alright, here's a video today. We're going to be talking about deadlifts and specifically deadlifts for seniors. So I don't have two seniors in this video to do it, but we're going to explain to you the reason why we would use the deadlift. Because a lot of people might think this is too dangerous an exercise for someone who's in their 70s and 80s, but Nathan's going to demonstrate here. This is an exercise. This is not even an exercise. This is a movement. This is how we use, in real life, deadlift is really just bending over. So if Nathan's, say, 75 and he needs to pick this bag up, his brain is going to just use whatever it knows to pick it up. So if he doesn't question if it's a good one or a bad one, it just knows how to bend over. So Nathan's going to pick it up, and the typical way that most people bend over to pick it up is this. So the bag is really far in front of him, and he's using all of his spine to bend over and take all the load. All right, so that doesn't even need to be heavy for him to create trouble at his spine. So when he puts it down, he's going to use the same bending action to put it down, which is terrible. All right, so we don't want to. We want to try and eradicate that type of poor movement from the old person's brain, and so that they don't injure themselves and really dramatically improve their quality of life. But I can't just go straight from doing that to a barbell. How do I progress to that? So if we got Mel here to demonstrate, this is one movement that we might use where we kneel, which simplifies things, and we put a band there to help them to feel the hip being pulled back towards them and to prevent them from using their spine. And you can see, as opposed to the one that Nathan was doing where he was using entirely spine and rounding out, Mel here is not rounding out her spine at all, using her hips to create all of the motion. All right, so this is a great little simple drill that we could use to help them feel the positioning that they need to find to be able to do the standing version right. Once they've got the hang of that, Nathan's now going to demonstrate how we do that with a kettlebell. So with a kettlebell, this is a great tool to use for using positioning again. So we can line his shins up with the handle of the bar so we can't see the handle. If he was too far behind it, like he picked up that bag before, that's where he's going to pick up that kettlebell. That's going to do a lot of damage to him. So we teach them you must have good leverage by using your shins to line up with the kettlebell. So if I can see the shins, he's not doing well. So he could go even just a smidge further for me. No, forward. There you go. Now we can't see it. Now we want him to bend over using the same hip action he was doing on the kneeling one. And we have to then teach them the correct, just coming up and down without lifting it. He's going to come up and then go back down and trying to keep that neutral position in his spine, using his hips to do all the work just like he did when he was kneeling. Once he's done a few of the just touching the handle, then we'll let him pick one up. Now we can teach him here how to use his breath to create pressure in his abdominals so that he doesn't buckle at the spine from the load, and how to really engage his legs to start doing the load. But this is only a stepping stone to the next one, because the next one is where we start to get a little bit more knee movement, and this is where we bring the trap bar into it. So obviously the load increases a lot, and which also increases the activation of everything. So grip in the hands, activating through the shoulders. Obviously the legs is going to do a hell of a lot more work, and the breathing to create the pressure. So you can see all of these movements are the exact same thing for bending over to pick something up, to pick up that bag that Nathan did at the beginning. All right, so this is a great way for the senior to sort of progress from simple to more advanced. And if we go back to the bag at the beginning, so Nathan now goes to pick up that bag. Now he's going to use a much better strategy. So first thing he's going to do is get close to the bag, see, because he's learnt that being too far away from it's no good. Now he's going to use his hips to pick up the bag as opposed to his spine. Now that is a simple task that we've just made his life so much easier. And just think how many times they're going to pick up something from the ground. And again, it doesn't have to be heavy to do damage. It just has to be a lot of bad ones in a row. All right, so that's how we would use the deadlift for the senior.